Hello everyone, we are now starting week 6 and this is referred to as midterm week. There's one lesson plan for this week and then there's the midterm itself. And the midterm, as you know, has been in each and every lesson plan. The questions, the exam question at the end of the lesson plan is your midterm question. But you have the midterm here as one unit all put together. Let me open that up real quick before I even do the lesson plan. You'll see that there's 3 primary areas. There's the directions to the test and it tells you note to the students step-by-step directions, okay? If you don't know an answer, put I don't know. Write it up as section A reading, section B films with the bullets included. And what else is very helpful for you here? Okay, make sure that when you send me the link to your website, it's a public site so I have access to opening it and just information of how to complete that. And then the primary questions, a lot of students fail to realize that they're here and they're very important because I give out some points for them. Let me tell you the ones that are super important. First of all, information would be just your name, your posts. Okay, you don't place your posts here. You just tell me, have you completed them and on time and more or less. Moodle used to give you the exact dates, exact like an even time of when you put it up. Now it just says it was posted like 3 days ago or something. So it's a little bit more nebulous. So kind of do your best in saying whether or not you got those posts up on time to the best of your knowledge there. The reading, did you complete it? This is important to me as well. I'd like to know what you completed, what you didn't complete. And so it makes sense as I'm reading your test in your material. Your films and lectures, this one I have it in yellow because this is the one I'm really paying attention to as well. The Chinese religions, remember that you were listening to that 4-minute lecture, very small little lecture on Chinese religions, but I think that there's enough information to where you understand a little bit about Taoism and Confucianism. I did offer, I believe, the Taoism lesson plan as an extra credit, but at the very minimum, and it would be to listen to that lecture and then to offer 3 items or 3 things you specifically learned from that film, okay, to receive points. How many hours do you think you put into this class? Does it match what I predicted it would be? And then 6 and 7 are important. So 4, 6, and 7 are the ones that I'm really focusing on in terms of points. And one is a progress report for your field trip. One thing you don't want to write is I don't know, and I haven't a clue yet. But you want to very much propose your progress report's not what you've done, but your proposal for what you plan to do. And so indicate to me where you plan to go, what service do you think you're going to be attending, and really do a little bit of research before you submit this so you have kind of zeroed in on what you would like to propose for your project. And be very clear that it is not a place you've visited before, and it's also not in any way connected to your family's umbrella religion. Even if you yourself are agnostic or atheist, but your family is of a particular religion, please stay away from that because you already have exposure. And I wanted to stretch you in a different direction. And then number 7 is your favorite. And spend a little bit of time on that. Of all, not of all the religions in the world, but of all the Eastern religions we so far covered. And do you have a specific one, and what ideas do you resonate with, and so forth. So 4, 6, and 7, but the other information is also valuable to me. And then here's your exam questions directly out of the lesson plans. Okay, and clicking out of that, we're going to open up the lesson plan for Sikhism. And the lesson plan for Sikhism is right down here, and it's lesson 7. Sorry about that. I'm going to click back for a second. Do I offer you the Taoism? I do. It's right here. I forgot. I just wanted to confirm it was there. The research project information is there for you to do your progress report. Okay, now we're ready to go to Sikhism. Okay, Sikhism, lecture and notes. I think, yeah, my lecture's 5 minutes. My notes are there. The music's there. The founder of Sikhism is argued to be Guru Nanak. And Guru Nanak's picture is displayed here. The Sikhs argue for 10 gurus. Oh gosh, I have them memorized, but let me see. Guru Nanak, Angad, Armadas, Ramdas, Arjan, Hargobind, Har Rai, Teg Bahadur, Gobind Singh. Did I get them all? I think I did. Okay, shoot, I might have missed one. I think I got them all. Their last guru, Guru Gobind Singh, was killed, and before he died, he implemented the Guru Granth Sahib, which is their religious scriptures, also known as the Adi Granth. There's 2 exact names for the same scripture, or 2 names for the same scripture, as the next guru. So it is the guru that continues to live. This guru, okay, the scriptures themselves cannot be killed. So that was one way to ensure the success of Sikhism, that they have the scriptures that represents their guru, their teacher now. So it's not a human guru in that sense. So here we have an introduction to Sikhism. The required reading, Okay, you have this text that I wrote on my sabbatical a few years ago, and it introduces to Sikhism from a scholarly viewpoint. I wanted you to use this text and not an outside source. I gave you the PDF in the reading link, so you can access it there. And it's giving you an academic perspective. One of the world's greatest scholars on Sikhism is a man named W.H. MacLeod. And his argument is that Sikhism didn't come out of a vacuum or just all of a sudden appear on the religious scene, that it was part of a much larger religious tradition that predates it, and that Guru Nanak was actually part of that tradition. And so he articulated his own vision for that tradition, and that became the Sikh religion. So when you're reading the book, that should become clear to you, and I don't want to give too much away, but that's the kind of the gist of where it's going. And then the films here. This is a Mount Sac film. I love when we have productions from Mount Sac. This was one done, put together by a professor in the business department, Amrik Singh Dua, and he did a really good job on this film and incorporated Mount Sac into it, incorporated Walnut, California into it as well. So it's part 1 and part 2, 7 minutes only. Oh, here we have the 5Ks for Sikhs. So they have their the turban that they wear. That's they have the white shorts that they wear. I can give you the Indian words, but let me just, the kara is the bracelet, and we have the kirpan as the sword, and the kanga is the comb, which is tucked into their turban here, which is, it's called, referred to as kesh, because underneath that turban, really what it is long hair. They do not cut their hair, okay? And those are the 5Ks that represent traditional Sikhs for the males. The film here, oh, I already did the film, didn't I? Oh, repeat, go back. Okay, here's the post. And the post is, I basically give you a few choices. Let's see. One is the Sikh literature, to read the Guru itself, the Guru Granth Sahib or the Adi Granth, to read it. And that would be a really good one. I actually really like when students do the literature, so just to let you know that. Here is to develop and create your own creative philosophical question on Sikhism. And then I gave you some samples that students have done in the past. So your third option could be to borrow from one of the students' past posts. So you can use this question, you can use this question, you can create your own, or you could do the literature. So you've got a lot of options for Sikhism. Okay, so that concludes Lesson Plan 7. Now it's time to do the midterm. I wish you the best of luck. If there's any help, post in the help form about that. The due date is set for April 4th, noon before Easter, so that you can have a nice relaxing Saturday and Sunday and even Monday, because the class then doesn't resume until noon on Tuesday. Okay, namaste, and thank you very much.